April 11th, 1981. A quiet, small mountain community in Northern California. A family went to sleep in cabin 28, expecting nothing more than a peaceful night. By morning, 3 people were dead. 2 children had slept throughout the horror. The house held secrets, footprints, missing items, and questions that still linger today. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Here we cover real true crime cases, diving deep into every detail and theory. Tonight, we unravel the Keddie cabin murders. The Sharp family were staying in cabin 28 at the Keddie Resort in Plumas County, California. On the night of the murders, 5 people were inside the house. The mother, Sue Sharp, her oldest son, John, John's close friend, Dana Wingate, and Sue's 2 younger sons, Rick and Greg. Sue's daughter Sheila was spending the night at a nearby friend's house. To the neighbours, the Sharp family seemed completely normal. There was nothing to suggest that anything unusual would happen that night. Sometime late in the evening, at least one attacker entered cabin 28. Investigators believe Sue, John and Dana were confronted in the living room. The crime was extremely violent. Evidence shows that the victims were tied up with electrical cords and tape. Multiple weapons were used, including a hammer and knives. There were clear signs of a struggle. Despite all of this, Rick and Greg remained asleep in a back room and were not harmed. There were no signs of forced entry, suggesting the victims may have known the person or people who came into the cabin. The next morning, Sheila, Sue's daughter, returned home from her friend's house. When she entered the cabin, she found a horrific scene. Panicked, she ran to the neighbours for help, and police were called. When investigators arrived, they found the bodies of Sue, John and Dana inside the living room. The 2 younger boys were still alive and safe in their bedroom. Nothing inside the cabin suggested a robbery. Very few items were missing and money had been left behind. From the beginning, the investigation was complicated. The crime scene was not properly secured. Important evidence may have been lost or mishandled. Over the years, several possible suspects were considered, including local men with criminal histories, people who knew the Sharp family personally, and individuals who were allegedly seen near the cabin that night. At different times, investigators believed they were close to solving the case, but each promising lead eventually fell apart. No one was ever formally charged. Even after decades, the case leaves behind major unanswered questions. Why were Sue, John and Dana targeted, but the younger children were left unharmed? Who had access to the cabin without forcing their way in? Was this a personal attack or a random act of violence? Also, could the case have been solved if the early investigation had been handled better? True crime researchers continued to study the case, hoping that new technology or new witnesses might one day bring answers. Investigators believe that the truth is still out there, locked in someone's memory, hidden in a detail that was overlooked, or carried by a person who refuses to speak. Until the day comes, this case remains as a painful open wound for the surviving family and for everyone who has been following the story. Years after the murders, cabin 28 was eventually torn down, as if removing the building could somehow remove the memories. But destroying the cabin didn't destroy the questions. 3 lives ended inside those walls, and justice has never arrived. That's it for me, guys. Thank you for watching. If this case moved you, leave your thoughts and theories in the comments below. And as always, remember, not every story has answers, but every story deserves to be told.